back at the tree. Tell you about Zara. Man, I was proud of this dog. She was great, beautiful. You see her? She's a heeler mix. She was gorgeous, and I didn't think she was that old. I mean, I was surprised when I found out she was, at least over her middle years. Zara came in from the border in 2 years ago, September. This is September. She came in 2 years ago, September. And at first, she was, being out there at the border, dumped, as part of the whole process of immigration here that's going on. She was dumped, and she was afraid because sometimes they're mean to them. And Border Patrol found her, and somebody cared enough to put food and water out, and she eventually got friendly enough to step into a wagon. They brought her up. So Zara was standoffish. You couldn't get her to come near you. She would run, just run away. She wouldn't hide, but she'd run away. And I knew she came in, and I forgot. She came in with kidney problems. Now she's bound by the New River in Calexico. The New River, again, nobody's talking about this. There was a governor here, Pete Wilson, back years ago, condemned the New River in California, 60 miles of New River. Toxic, cancer-causing, everything you can imagine is in that. It starts in Mexicali, 16 miles, 16, in Mexico, and they dump uranium, human waste, chemicals, agricultural chemicals, toxic, everything you can imagine is in that river. The river is on fire. It catches fire. It comes in, it starts brush fires because the river's on fire. Now, it's not that big. It's only, the section that you see coming through Calexico is only about 10 or 12 feet wide. It's a narrow little thing, but it's deadly. And anybody going near it, you're gonna die of something. Border Patrol's told not to rescue anybody in there because they're gonna get cancer, and Border Patrol agents have cancer from being there. The signs warn you, it's the most toxic river, stay away. So anyway, poor Zara with some of the other dogs. The ground is polluted, so groundwater anywhere, that's all they have to drink. They can't drink out of the river. It stinks. So, but they'll find water a half a mile away. Well, that's contaminated. So we've had cancers in kidneys in younger dogs. So she had kidneys. She came in with kidney problems. Now I knew she had them, but forgot, because I was so interested in getting her to come to me to take a treat. And when I would go in and offer her a treat, the day she took a treat, I was really excited. She came up to me and took a treat. And we didn't have this show then, so we didn't videotape it, but she was something. And I used her, I photographed her to put her in my letter. And I remember by then I could give her treats and photograph her. And she was so photogenic, she was gorgeous. And anyway, so all these months and months go by, and then a few weeks ago, I get the call, Zara's in the hospital. Why? Her kidneys, no, she's running around and playing, and her kidney values are sky high. Chronic kidneys, dogs get acclimated somehow, and if you look at the numbers, you go, how could this dog be standing? They get acclimated, they live with it, So at any rate, she's in the hospital, day one. They put her on IV fluids, which is diuresis, to get the crap out of the blood. She should improve, or might improve. Day two, she didn't improve. And then we get to the point where at the end of day two, she was vomiting. And I remember I had a cat once years ago that had this, like I'm talking 35 or 40 years ago. I had a cat with this, and I didn't want to put her down. I wanted to treat her, and we treated her. We gave her sub-Q fluids. And then one day she vomited, and then she went into seizures. And she came out of it, but I had to put her down because you don't want to see seizures. At any rate, Zara was not improving, and she was down. And so I told them, give her the happy pill. The happy pill is a generic Xanax. And the happy pill will, because if I have to put them down when they're conscious, I don't want them to You know, the last thing they see is you getting shoved a needle in. No. So she had an IV. So I came up, made sure nobody else was around except, you know, one of our techs. I said, prepare the stuff for me. And I went in, I sat with her. She had her happy pill. And I brought like 3 different kinds of jerky. And I gave her a little jerky. Now, the happy pill makes them hungry. You know, they're like munchies. And even though she was nauseous and didn't want to eat, she was eating the jerky. So I gave her like 3 different kinds, and I would break them up small, let her eat them. And then I got the IV catheter, and I get an 1 ml syringe, and I put the euthanol 1/10 at a time, a tenth. And then I wait a couple of minutes, give her treats, another tenth, give her treats. She's getting a little quiet. I get the 3rd tenth, and she's starting to go to sleep, so I didn't give her any more treats. I didn't want her to choke. And I'm petting her and talking to her and telling her how great she is. And then by the 4th tenth of an ml, she started snoring. So at that point, you can give the rest and get the other syringe and do the rest of the dosage. So I helped her across myself very gently. Like anytime I did this, I would do it gently like that, and talk to her, and she went to sleep. Enough of this.